The Dark Night of Argun. The Pakistani militia crossed the imaginary border, and the heavy sounds of terror echoed. This time, a bloody attack was carried out on cricket players, the very players who were peace ambassadors and spread a message of peace to the world. On October 12, the Islamic Emirate spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid told journalists in a press conference that, in a defensive and retaliatory strike from their soil, they had killed 58 soldiers of the mercenary force, wounded many others, and that 25 posts had been captured by the brave Mujahideen. He added that this is Afghanistan's right to defend its territory. And if this action is repeated, a harsher response will be given, because Afghans do not want war. However, the leaders of the mercenary forces reached out to Saudi Arabia and Qatar, seeking help to stop the fighting and establish a ceasefire. They requested the Islamic Emirate to agree to a ceasefire and resolve the issues through diplomatic means. As a result, the Islamic Emirate, at the request of the mediating countries, committed to the ceasefire and began preparing for diplomatic talks, where representatives from both countries would meet face-to-face in Qatar. Meanwhile, although the Pakistani mercenary and hostile forces also requested a ceasefire, they once again violated Afghanistan's airspace and, in violation of international laws and regulations, launched an attack on Afghan territory on the 25th of Mizan, October 17. The darkness of night, the terrifying sound of drones, the horror of explosions, and the lifeless bodies of innocent civilians, all paint yet another grim picture of the terror unleashed by the Pakistani militias, who broke the ceasefire and violated Afghanistan's sovereignty. The night was asleep in silence, but for Argun in Paktika, this night turned into a great tragedy of death and mourning, a night when the drones of the Pakistani militias once again crossed the ceasefire line from the dark sky. Once again, from across the line, the hand of oppression reached out, that hateful hand that recognizes neither law, humanity, nor the voice of conscience. It was 8:30 p.m. when the drones of the Pakistani militias shattered the silence of Argun's night. A rain of bombs fell on the homes of innocent civilians and defenseless children. Martyred 13 people, land injuring 17 others.
When the second explosion happened, I went to that area. Martyrs were lying there. The Mujahideen carried the small children to the hospital. I myself rode to the hospital on a motorcycle with a mujahid. Later I found out my father-in-law and another little boy were among the martyrs. These martyrs were from our own house and also neighbors around. In total we have 13 people martyred, including children and women. 17 civilians and ordinary people were wounded. This attack was carried out against civilians.
The earth trembled beneath their feet, but the people's resolve did not waver. The ground burned, but the flames of their honor burned even brighter. This attack was neither aimed at the battlefield nor at the front lines of the national forces, but at innocent people who only have the right to defend their land and continue their lives. This attack is not just an aggression on sacred land or a violation of the imaginary border. Alongside bombing civilians' homes, it also reveals a clear image of cruelty and terror even on the sports field. In this brutal and savage drone attack, the Pakistani militias also martyred 8 young players on a cricket field, young men considered innocent and ambassadors of peace.
We were sitting eating food and the bread ran low, so I went out. I took the bread into the courtyard/central room, then suddenly there was an explosion. My clothes caught fire and my face was badly burned. I screamed to my cousin Mirajan for help. I fell down. Later I finally found my phone and saw that inside the room Mirajan was also wounded. The guests Iobi and Kabir were also wounded. We couldn't get back, then people, nearby neighbors, came and the second attack happened.
The eyes of great hopes and dreams were fixed on these cricket players, believing that one day they would proudly represent Afghanistan on the international stage. But in the bombing by the oppressive and wicked Pakistani forces, the season of youthful hopes was buried under the dust.
In this attack some of our Paktika players were martyred. Muhammad Haroon, Sabgatullah, and Kabir Aga were martyred. Along with Malam Zaki, and Mirajan was wounded. These were the future stars of Paktika, indeed of Afghanistan. We had great hopes in them and they themselves dreamed of representing Afghanistan. But all their dreams were destroyed by cruel and tyrannical people.
Cricket is widely regarded as a symbol of love, brotherhood, and joy worldwide. Yet the oppressive Pakistani forces launched a brutal attack on humanity. And there are no words sufficient to condemn this atrocity.
There are no words to condemn this savage act and this cruelty. We are so full of emotion that we can hardly speak. This was an attack on humanity, on being Afghan, on Islam. Especially our cricket players were there. Every match, every player is not just a game. It's a symbol of love, unity, and happiness. But our cunning enemies, the sworn enemies of Afghanistan, did not spare those young men. Did not spare our players, nor the small children. They carried out such a brutal, cruel attack and filled our whole nation and all Afghans with grief.
The incomplete lives of the young martyred players are filled with many sweet memories, which their friends recall with held breaths and sorrowful words.
Whether it was Iobi Sahib or Kabir, both were my close friends. We even played on the same team. I personally used to join their team in Argun and played matches with them. Iobi Sahib was the 4th fast bowler at the Paktika club level. It was the National Champions Trophy, a very important tournament, and, mashallah, Kabir Khan was one of the top players there. I often played on a team with Iobi. Iobi was my close friend and one of Afghanistan's best sources of fast bowling, which, sadly, the Pakistani regime took away from us.
Due to this brutal attack, Afghanistan's cricket board announced the cancellation of the Tri-Series games that were to be held among Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. The actions of the Pakistani militias are not just an attack. They are a clear violation of the imaginary border, a disrespect to the sovereignty of a living nation, and a test of the patience of a nation whose history is built on pages of sacrifice.
The evil force that attacked, you saw that no one in all of history has ever responded to Pakistan like this. In one night, at 128 outposts across 8 provinces, our brave forces defended their land and their honor at the cost of their lives. Shout of Takbir, Allahu Akbar.
Listen, the Duran line. Pakistan should not claim that their posts were attacked. We have not accepted the Duran line. Our border is attacked. Our border is not Duran. We have just destroyed the posts you built on my land. Don't complain. We attacked on our land. Our border is attacked. Our border is not that imaginary line. Think me not weak, nor move against me. I am strong, even in my fall. Step into the field. We are ready. If the governor of Paktia, the security commander, or the intelligence department orders us to prepare 500 and 1,000 Mujahideen by Monday morning, I speak as representative of the Paktia Mujahideen. We are ready. The tribal force is ready.
Argun is the heart of this land, and that heart answers every attack. The Pakistani militias that speak the language of oppression should know that every ruined house and room on this soil has a voice, and that voice is the voice of freedom, not of fear or supplication. This is an assault on a country's soil and a test of a nation's patience and endurance. The militia's heinous action is a clear violation of all international norms. Argun will carve these wounds onto the breast of history and expose the bare face of the Pakistani militia's false politics, politics that sow the seeds of terror. But the Afghan people have not surrendered to anyone and will not surrender. They are not a people who seek war, yet if war is forced upon them, the entire nation will stand up against it with one voice.
Listen, young people. This nation is being built by you, and it can also be destroyed by you. Do not listen to those atheist voices that are against this land, against this nation, or against this system. Kari Sahib Kabir has said, "We do not stand behind him. We move forward with him, shoulder to shoulder. Inshallah, the people of Paktika are ready. Are you ready to make any sacrifice?" Yes, we are ready. There is no doubt that we stand beside this system. All the young people who have come, those who are given weapons and responsibilities today, are ready to defend their land along all the borders. Are you ready or not? Yes, we are. This is not wrong. We stand beside the emirate. We will move forward, and the soldiers of the emirate will be behind us. Oh, Afghans! If you want the survival of Afghanistan, if you want Afghanistan restored, if you want Afghanistan's independence, if you want security in Afghanistan, if you want honor and dignity in Afghanistan, if you want to live with pride and independence, then for the sake of Allah, oh Afghan people, stand firmly beside your system.
Afghans do not fear a single drop of blood, because their roots are planted in a soil of sacrifice. The Pakistani militias should understand that every attack only strengthens the Afghan nation's struggle and sacrifices. Militias must realize that the land is not protected by bombs of force, but are preserved under the shelter of a sacred creed, by firm resolve and steadfast determination.
Afghans have become like the Andal, enduring hardships. We do not fear a single bombardment from Pakistan or these Punjabis. We have faced extremely difficult conditions, carried the spirit of bravery in our bodies, and have given martyrs. But history should be asked. The strength we have is rooted in faith, and Afghan strength. When they fight, the war is not about money or weapons. The superpowers of the world, you have seen them, have been defeated here. War is won through morale.
Their minds are still unsettled. Those who have fought with me are still at my side. Do not fight against Afghanistan, or else in Asia you will not see a country named Pakistan. Listen, Pakistan If you want your own good, do not fight against Afghans, or geography itself will erase you. Afghans are the people who defeated the Soviet Union here. The people who have defeated your rulers, the British, multiple times, and the people who have defeated NATO here.
If anyone transgresses the border of this land, let them know that this soil has been defended at the cost of the blood of its brave Mujahideen sons. Every hostile aggression will not go unanswered and will be answered in the language of history.
We assure you that we will defend you in every situation and protect our land to the last inch. To the enemy, do not make such mistakes. Study our history once, and see what has been done to us in past times. Those who came here and invaded have been given a crushing response. Their weapons and equipment have become our inheritance. So we assure the people that we will defend you in every circumstance. Thank you for standing with us. May Allah make you happy and successful.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We all are very thankful to our civilian, our countrymen, in all our country side. They have supported us in every condition faced to us, and we are very thankful to all of them that they have given support in all directions. We will never allow any country our geographical protection, our geographical autonomy, and every country attacks by any country we will defeat and we will combat them. So this is our powerful decision of all our countrymen and the last settlement that we will never allow any counterattack. We will face a counter-blast, counter-blatant against any one country trying to show aggression, infiltration, our boundary line and our boundary sign. At last, we are very thankful to all our civilians that they have supported us, and they are in every condition they support us, and we are really thankful to all of them.
The Pakistani militias kindle the fire of oppression and terror, bomb ordinary homes, and martyr innocent people. But they cannot extinguish the light in the hearts of the living Afghan nation nor weaken their resolve. Therefore, Afghans must seize this great opportunity and rescue themselves from the abyss of the savages' destruction.
And the system there is not even in Pakistan's favor. Now is the time to unite. The Pashtun in Pakistan, the religious parties there, unite and speak the truth against the Jews and Christians.
On the 26th of Mizan, Islamic Emirate spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid issued a statement regarding these attacks, saying, "It was promised that negotiations with the Pakistani side would be held in Doha today. A high-level Islamic Emirate delegation, led by the respected Defense Minister Maulawi Muhammad Yaqub Mujahid, has gone to Doha today. Such actions and provocative acts are seen as attempts to prolong the war. Although the Islamic Emirate reserves the right to respond to Pakistani military aggression and violations of sovereignty, and in order to preserve and respect the status of its negotiating team, the Mujahideen of the Islamic Emirate should refrain from new movements. We once again reiterate that Afghanistan believes in a peaceful solution and regional stability. But all that is happening is the result of the Pakistani side's aggressions. But history will not forget that night, the night when oppression and terror drenched innocent people in their own blood and left a dark stain on humanity. Let the enemy remember that this only strengthened the will of the people. The name Argun will be remembered as a symbol of sacrifice, resolve, courage, and struggle.